All right, so I'm parked just temporarily. I thought I'd started a video down the street a little bit, and then when I looked up, it had turned off. So, I am in Winder, Georgia, and what I'm doing here is I'm kind of catty corner to where all this took place. So, I am redoing a bedroom. I'd started it. Y'all saw the early thing after the termite damage, but I'm ready to finish it. So I was looking on Craigslist for some items, and I find a bunch of items that I need out in the same town, Winder, Georgia. So I contact people, and I was able to make arrangements to come out here today. There's a heavy-duty backpack blower sitting there. So I made arrangements with these ladies to meet them today. Let's see. Over there is where you go to the high school. It's this road down here, and you can see there's still ambulances coming and going out of there. But so I made arrangements last night to come up here and buy these things off of Craigslist. So I'm coming this road actually, and so I'm coming down this road, and I see a bunch of unmarked cars coming this way, away from Winder, away from the school area, and I'm like, that's odd. I was wondering if they had a court date in another county to testify to or something, because it was just so odd. And then so there was that, and then all of a sudden there was a police car that came up behind them with lights flashing. I don't know, just less than a minute later. So their lights are flashing, and they turned down towards Apalachee High School. And there's a Home Depot there, so I'm thinking, oh, it's just a shoplifting incident or something. They're called for dispute, fraud, something, right? That's what's in my mind. And then I cross, it's a US 29, 316 it's called. It goes out from Atlanta to Athens off of 85. I cross over there, and there's a Chick-fil-A, and it says, please pray for Barrow. Now, mind you, I was supposed to meet the woman at 1, so this was around 12:30. And I'm like, please pray for Barrow County. What are they praying for Barrow County for? And then there was a lot of traffic in town, like a lot of traffic, a lot of stuff going on, more police cars coming. And it's weird. So I go to where I'm meeting this lady at this gas station through downtown, and I'm about to get out of the car. I grabbed my wallet with my money, and I'm about to get out of the car, and I hear there are multiple people, victims in a mass shooting in Winder, Georgia. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, when did this happen? When is this happen? Is it going on? You know, I had no idea what was going on. And so the woman says, did you hear about the mass shooting in Winder? And I was like, I just heard, but no details. She said it's a small town, so word travels fast. She says that the coach was killed. I don't know about that. From my understanding, news reports have not confirmed anything. So I left her. I was getting ready, and I'm texting Chris to try and find out more after, we finish. So then I go to my next house. I thought I was, and the directions said turn right, so I turn right. That takes you past the hospital. There's already press set up at the hospital. It was one unmarked van. I think it was WSB TV, Channel 2. They're always on top of anything gory. And so I was like, wow, this is crazy. But it turned out I went the wrong way. I had to turn around and come. It took me through a neighborhood, turn around, come back. I don't know why it didn't reroute me before I went off this forked road. But coming back, then there were 2 ambulances heading back towards the school. It's just awful. And the thing is, like, Georgia's an open carry. So it seems like every week there's a road rage incident where somebody mistakenly cut someone off. I mean, who hasn't, like, not seen a car, you hit a blind spot, or they're in the blind spot and you accidentally, you make a mistake. And so there's a killing like once a week around Georgia for road rage. It doesn't even have to be in Atlanta. Atlanta's not the highest crime city in Atlanta by far. College Park's number 1. And then it goes south down to Milledgeville, I think. Nowhere in metro Atlanta other than College Park do they have high crime. So, regardless of what they try and tell you, crime is lower than it's ever been. Police are funded more than they've ever been. But I will say, and not only that with the guns, they're almost monthly there's a child who kills themselves or others because people aren't responsible gun owners and lock their guns up. And they just had that tragedy in Mississippi. They have 11-year-old kid, part of the family that killed, I don't know, another family member and his daughter who were adults. I mean, people have got to be, Second Amendment, I'm fine with that. However, there comes a point where you have to hold people responsible and accountable. And now, I mean, it used to be you got by with leaving your guns unsecured and there was sympathy for the parent who lost their child or whatever. Not anymore. You get locked up if you're not a responsible gun owner, and that's the way it should be. And you should be held with heavy-duty charges with a pretty good prison stay, in my opinion. If you want a gun, have a gun, but you don't need a automatic weapon. Even I'm a good shot. I'd never owned a gun. The first time I went to a gun range, I shot multiple guns and I hit the target. Like, I was off a couple times. Most of the time I hit the target, like in the body. So I'm a good shot. You don't need, and I've never been raised around guns, never owned a gun. It's not been part of my life. But I was shocked. And then same with a crossbow. I was able to hit the bullseye on a heavy duty, I think it was 150-pound pull crossbow. I was able to hit the bullseye the first time. So if you're that bad of a shot where you need a automatic weapon, probably shouldn't, or even a semi-automatic weapon, probably shouldn't own a gun. Yeah, I don't know. It's getting stupid. Mass shootings, like every day in America now, it's a mass shooting. It's a tragedy, that we don't do anything about it. It's crazy. And leave guns accessible to young people, kids, teenagers. There's another unmarked vehicle. I don't know if they're going to or from. I'm sure the GBI will be involved. But I don't know. If you have a gun, please be responsible. We had a kid in our neighborhood long ago who took the parent's gun. The husband swears that it was locked up. And that may have been, but apparently his kid, who was in middle school, still was able to get into the safe and get the gun. And it became it cost the county because it was reported, then they had to send out a dive team. The kid lied, of course, because he was terrified. So they sent out a whole dive team to try and retrieve the gun to see if it was stolen, if it had been used in another crime. It was a mess. And it cost the taxpayers a lot of money. So it's just not cool to not be responsible with your guns. And, even kids, if you have kids in the home and you've taught them how to use guns and stuff, they shouldn't have access to them. They should be locked up. That's my opinion. I don't know. What's yours? It's just another sad day where a lot of lives were lost needlessly because nobody has the cojones to make any laws to stop the madness. So, and enforcement took too long on these, so people don't think twice about leaving their guns available. And women leaving their purses in the car when they go into the store or to buy gas and their kids kill themselves. That happens a lot here in Georgia too. It's ridiculous. But I don't know, these governors, in my opinion, with their open gun policy, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. And what is it? They just came out with a number of something like 60%, or it's a high number of Americans don't even want to go anywhere anymore because it's too dangerous to be out in public. It's crazy. So you want to help the economy, clamp down on the gun laws so people feel safe to go out and do stuff again. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. I don't do rants, but damn it, this is ridiculous. It really is. And our kids are suffering. Our kids are suffering a lot because of it, mentally. So you want your kids to perform well in school, then you need to provide a safe environment for them to do that, to where they don't have that anxiety. Kids' anxiety is sky high, and we wonder why. A lot of parents don't get it taken care of, don't do counseling. They think cutting is a phase or whatever. No, kids have every right to be anxious and have anxiety and be afraid to go to school these days. I wouldn't want to go to school these days. I kind of don't blame them. So anyway, love your family, hold them tight. Don't go a day without telling them you love them, for certain. And take care, and I don't know, elect people that'll do something. And a little bit more than prayers and thoughts would be good, because that doesn't get us anywhere, obviously, right? Everything's predetermined. So, right, I guess it's predetermined that someone would go crazy and kill kids all over the U.S. So, doesn't need to be that way. Anyway, y'all take care. That's my rant. It's my thought for the day. Just sucks. But that wasn't the sign at Chick-fil-A wasn't the only sign. There were already signs, like little marquees downtown on the sidewalk. Pray for the kids and teachers, like always. It's not going to bring back people that died for no reason. So, anyway, y'all have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.